Hey everybody, it's your girl Millie Chun, and I am here with my friends, your faves, and we are going to recap, review, talk about this episode, part 2 of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. What did y'all think overall?
I don't understand why this wasn't the 90-minute episode. Why is there 3 parts?
I know it was crazy, right? It was real crazy because the last part, the last 10 minutes really threw me off.
And I feel like there was so much more to unpack with the Mia Jacqueline situation, like in their friendship. So to throw it in and just squeeze it in on the last 10 seconds and know that you're going to be kind of picking up at the end of that conversation next week was annoying for how much we had to sit through Jacqueline and Mia's BS all season. Like,
Well, that's how they started tonight's episode. We started tonight's episode with going over what Candace had to say last week.
right, like we heard that. What is happening? We should
Yeah.
have cut. I want to, for all the reunion, I want to cut the behind the scene montage. That can be social media content. I don't want to see Andy going in these rooms and checking up on these women like they
No.
his Charlie's Angels. Like that's a good 15 minutes we could get back.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. You're right. Because that's what they can put out on social media. Because they put so much of these reunions out, it's not even exciting to watch.
That part.
Because we all watch it, we all post it, we all talk about it, and it's crazy. So I'm going to just, first of all, Fly Auntie Cooks, I love what it is that you do. I want to start with you, and I want to hear what you think at this point.
Okay, so I'm not going in any particular order.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that they had the colorism conversation. I love the fact that Andy acknowledged that he doesn't have any business having this conversation and that he should sit and keep it cute and be on mute and just listen and learn. I love the fact that they allowed Candace to take the lead on the conversation. And I love the fact that she also made it clear that we have to agree on what colorism is first before we can even go into having that conversation.
Absolutely.
Yep. Absolutely.
I agree with you 100%. And I love the fact that he recognized it. And it seemed like he was sincere about it.
Yes.
Right. So
I feel like he was sincerely reading, but that's just me.
but Elle, you have a point of view about it. So what's your point of view about it?
I just feel like
I mean,
I don't know. I feel like when we have conversations of white people acknowledging that certain spaces don't belong to them, the bar is so low. It's so mediocre. Like it's like, oh, he read the thing. Like this man never took his eyes off the prompter. And I feel like we've been watching Andy enough on TV long enough to know when he's being disingenuous and when he's not. You know what I mean? Right. And to sit there and look at the camera, it was just so mediocre. Like, oh, I realized that this is not the space for me, so I'm going to step back. And it's like, all right, thank you. Who wrote that? That's who I want to talk to.
Well, girl, what was your thoughts about it? I mean, just your
I feel the same way. I feel like that, I mean, he did what he was told to do.
Okay.
He did what he was told to do. I still feel like that they didn't even really kind of take accountability on how she felt, because they still was like, well, no, we don't do, that's not happening. And then they say, well, that's how she feels. No, that's just what is happening. How she feels is exactly what is happening. If it wasn't, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Right. Well, y'all, let's just get into the reunion. So we start out with where we left off last week. Giselle not even knowing a reason as to why she is uncomfortable or why she blamed Chris. Like I'm uncomfortable if I have something, if my clothes are too tight that I'm sleeping in. Like, I don't understand what she's talking about. Like, what made her feel uncomfortable? Just being in the room? Is that what she's talking about?
I think the part that always gets missed for me with Giselle is if a man or a woman for that person, if a person made you feel uncomfortable, you were 100% entitled to that. That is how you felt, right?
Yeah.
But then after we acknowledge your feelings, we do have to go back and acknowledge fact. Okay, cool. Perception is reality. You perceived my actions as uncomfortable. I'm responsible for that. Now let me give you the nuance, the real tea behind it. I wasn't trying to make you feel this. I did this. And then in their situation, we had to look back into their friendships. Giselle and Chris have had running jokes. They've been alone in rooms together before that we know of, just even as the viewer. So who knows how far and how deep the friendship goes. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I'm definitely one of those women like, he held like y'all too close. What's that about? But I'm also like, that's my friend. Like, you know what I mean? There's a difference between your homegirl having a conversation with your spouse, and there's a difference between a stranger being like, hey, could we go to this room? You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, to say that she felt uncomfortable just makes me feel like, so were you uncomfortable in the years past? Were you uncomfortable when you were commenting on his brown penis?
Were you uncomfortable when he walked in Karen's party and hugged you?
Were you uncomfortable when you walked in and made sure to acknowledge him and tapped him on his shoulder? Like,
exactly.
Well,
so and then why was Mia talking?
But
why was she even talking?
This is the thing I want to know. You're a very, very grown woman. Why put yourself in an uncomfortable position by going into rooms with him by yourself?
Yeah. I mean,
but not only that, as soon as he realized that they were by himself and he left.
Yeah. And if you even knew that your artist was going to be there, you still was going to, like, you shouldn't even look, I tell you what, so it won't be no misunderstanding. I'll talk to you in this hallway.
Yes.
That part.
And what are y'all talking about anyway?
Exactly.
Because they didn't even get that far.
Thank you. It's not happening with me. You doing what? We doing who? To win? Why?
What?
No. Why? You talking to my man in private? No, we're not that close of a friends. No.
And then for Mia, it's the audacity for Mia to even chime in on anything. Like, why is she even talking? This is not even her segment.
Well, you
she
already
need them
know.
Contract hours.
She
need that check to clear, ma'am. You only contributed to 2 minutes, so we're gonna have to dock your pay. She couldn't let that conversation happen.
Karen gets nothing for this whole thing. Karen gets $1.75. That's
but
just
baby, when she spoke, she said that, like, to me, Karen said very little, but the words that she said held weight. Like, for her, because even when Candace was talking about, going back to colorism, when Candace was talking about her truths and her experiences in the group, right? For those women to sit on the couch and act like they didn't understand what she was talking about. For Giselle to harp on how smart she is, talking about something, I don't understand how are you trying to connect those two. For Karen to actually open up her mouth and further clarify Candace's clear sentence, to me, like, that was kudos. Because Karen, in my opinion, Karen said, you know good and goddamn well how she trying to connect them dots. Like, that was Auntie Karen. Auntie Karen showed up and she was like, you ain't finna talk to that little girl like that. You know good and fuck well what she's talking about. Stop it. And I like that. And then she called Robyn them her fans boring. That's what.
Oh, that was it.
And here's the thing.
That was it for the night.
Last week when she said that, Karen and I said that at the same time. What would you call the Robyn?
Because they boring real bad. Real bad.
That was hilarious to me. And then, okay, wait a minute, hold on. So the Sesame Street character, right? I knew she was going to try to fix that some type of way to make it right. So she wants to blame it on editing. Now, after we have seen all of us, everything we saw, we all four of us saw the same thing along with the rest of the world.
Now she wants to that they didn't animate dub the footage.
Nothing. But she wants to blame editing. And that's where Ashley goes with it. Like, Ashley, your friend is lying.
Real bad.
She was trying to get on a show. That's what it's given. She was trying to see if she could become a friend of it, coming in hot, maybe get a spot on a reunion. I don't know, but production did what they needed to do. The editors did what they needed to do. And Chris wasn't paying her any attention at all. Really, he really didn't even look up from his phone to even acknowledge the conversation.
No.
Because why would I acknowledge a conversation with a person who trying to find a commonality between our names being Christopher? Yes, us two, and then 90 billion gajillion other people in the world. Ma'am, could you get the fuck out of my face? Like,
And he so much and said that he was like, "Yeah, Chris is a really common name. Like it's a lot of Chris's."
But you know what? Let me tell you something. Wendy said the right thing, and she was. If Wendy doesn't say anything else, what she said is a shame that men cannot do just regular things that men do, like be nice and speak, have a conversation with women without women thinking that they're trying to get with them. Like, what is wrong with you?
Especially these are married men and they're within your group.
And Eddie is right here with Wendy. They came in together.
That's because them women is used to dealing with the Jamal Bryants and the Michael Darbys of the world. See, when they say, "Could you come in the room?" they do want your ass. Like that Jamal Bryant is testing you to see if you would mess with a married man. And once you've normalized all that type of behavior, a man just saying, "Hey, you look nice today. Oh, I like your hair." Like,
yeah,
that becomes an advance.
And see, and that's what Giselle is used to that. Giselle, Jamal, she got up in the church talking about what she wasn't going to do, and Jamal went and found somebody that did. So it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is.
Let the church say yes.
But I think they really just they really did him wrong. I just really think they really did him wrong. And I don't like. And another one thing I do like is that he doesn't hold his tongue. He defends himself very well.
Yes, Chris is on Twitter every day.
Yes. Oh yeah, he was going in on Twitter for sure.
Yes.
You can tell him and his wife. You can tell who his wife is for sure. The way he was giving it to the girls,
giving it to him,
giving it to the girls on Twitter. Yes, absolutely. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yes, and I mean, and then he makes so much sense. So then we get down to, and y'all just put in where y'all want to. Robyn just got a little bit peddling these hats. Like, for Robyn to, first of all, Robyn is not Candace's friend.
Robyn ain't nobody's friend but Giselle.
I need Candace to see that. She kept saying it.
That's the tea.
Yeah, I was like, girl, no.
Yeah. That is not your friend.
And I want her to stop saying that.
Please.
Even Wendy was hinting to it. Like, come on.
Stop. So this your friend who gonna put this right here, then recorded your live.
Is that TikTok? This your friend? This your friend?
Didn't listen to the whole live. Didn't listen to the whole live. She just listened to the part where she was talking about they peddling stuff because she knew she right here peddling these hats. Right? So then why would I do it? I wouldn't do that to anybody. And like Candace said, you could have called me.
Right, because if I was really your homegirl, you would have been like, friend. Who? First of all, you'd have been like, who we talking about? It can't be me.
You talking about me?
If I was Wendy, first and foremost, I would want Giselle and Robyn to cut me a check because I named your show Reasonable Shady.
Well,
Wendy did that.
They don't want to talk about that part, friend. They not ready.
Eminem already coming his money.
When they had that party, he called one reasonable. She called Robyn reasonable, and she called Giselle Shady. Hence, reasonably shady.
So they should be paying her. Really, to be honest, if you want to get technical, they should drop. She can get a lawyer to get that in writing. Eminem already getting the check, so he coming for it. You might not have to even worry about it. They might have to change it all together. Eminem say he's the only what is this?
Slim Shady. But the thing for me with them, it also speaks to Hit Dogs Holler, right? Because if you wasn't out here panhandling your business, you wouldn't have felt the way, right? Because the numbers don't lie. We in 2023. You just submitted your trademark paperwork for your super successful podcast that got over 4 million downloads and stuff. We just now doing that paperwork. That's weird. That's suspicious.
I don't know. You think they got 4 million downloads?
Yeah, and I got 4 million followers.
Okay. Because when she said that threw me out. I was like, 4 million. I was like, okay, all right, okay. So everything.
with a Potomac demographic that don't even touch 2 million. 1.9 at best.
How could Robyn fix her mouth to say, I put this out here and I put this so we could hear it, because everything, we're on a television show and everything has to be what?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious right now?
The nerve of you to bring that speaker, but not your husband's DMs.
But then, fast forward to 2 weeks later, and Andy tells her that Candace is upset. Why would she not be upset?
Mm-hmm.
You got the nerve to have a whole fiance, mistress, sister, wife, airport lady, casino woman, Miss Canada Dry, and you want to talk about, I'm talking about you peeling these hats? Okay.
But then wait, did we catch Giselle really just blowing up Robyn's story, right? So when they asked Giselle about the man from the season past, the old man, she was like, I don't ask him to come into town, right? Yeah. And that was supposed to be the defining difference. That was the emphasis, right? Now, you switch over to Robyn's story. Allegedly, the Ravens football player asked old girl to come into town. So why didn't he foot the bill? First of all, if he asked her to come into town, why wasn't the hotel covered? You tricking backwards. If you getting flued out and you got to pay your own hotel bill, tricking backwards.
I'm not gonna throw my Ravens player to the side for Juan. That's not happening.
For Juan?
Hello?
Juan is a college basketball coach. My God, he's not an NBA coach. He's a college basketball coach
that lives with his ex-wife.
My man,
because that's cheaper. Because that's more cost effective, and that's no tea, no shade. But I'm telling you that shows the pockets. There's so many other bigger pockets outside. Like,
oh my God,
in the DMV specifically.
The fact that she mentioned that Baltimore Ravens player one time and his name has never come up again. I mean, never come up again.
Never.
She said on Giorgio thing, she said, I never spoke to no Ravens football player. She said the only person that I ever spoke to in Maryland was Juan. I was in Maryland for Juan. That's what she said.
Y'all, first of all, because this is what my problem is with Robyn. Because Robyn wants us to feel like we are stupider than she is. Mm-hmm. You want me to think that somebody just, my Ravens, Baltimore, my boyfriend can't be reached. Let me just put some numbers together. Who is this? Juan Dixon? Could you help me? How you just call Juan?
But then I posed the question to my mother, who don't even watch reality TV at all. So I was like, this is the situation. It's you and daddy, da-da-da-da-da. And then he has to go. He said he's going to go pay this hotel bill. He just going to go drop off the cards. My mother said the locks will be changed as soon as he crossed over. Oh, you going outside? Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
What did it say? You going with who? For when?
With what?
With what? Okay.
That is crazy.
Right.
Say it again so I can call the locksmith.
You stay right there. You go over there and pay some woman's hotel bill because she can't get in touch with who she was supposed to get in touch with.
But then, right, this is the key, right? Say he wanted to be this good Samaritan, and if she was trying to supposedly extort them for $4,000 via Zelle, why couldn't Juan just Zelle her the money for the room in the first place? If that was the, you know what I mean? Like if he was really trying to be a good Samaritan, there's more than one way to get somebody some money.
Yeah, or just say Robyn. First of all, look, well, let's just go and get past the fact that this woman got my fiance's number in her phone and she feels free to call him to get her a room. We're going to pass by that part and we're going to go with what you say, Auntie. Okay, I would say, Robyn, this girl needs some money, blah, blah, blah. Can you do this? And I'll just hit you back because I don't want it to look like I'm giving another woman money.
Right.
You could have done that.
Why? Let's forget all of that. Why did he have to get in his car? I'm sorry. He could have called the Hilton, the Marriott, the Renaissance, whomever she was staying with, and took care of that over the phone.
No. Why is she calling him anyway? Why did she even have his number?
Period. None of this should have been happening at all.
And see, and I will say this. She's right. a single woman may not need to be in the room with a married man. Robyn was correct. Now, one was engaged. He was not married at the time, but he was engaged on national TV. He asked her to marry him.
Mm-hmm.
But 3 years ago, he don't really care
at all.
I mean, that's how you know he really don't care
at all.
It's not even the care.
It's what that woman says is just an open marriage. They're doing it for TV or, you know, whatever it is. He just has a lot of respect for her. And that's it. Because non-celebrity married men wouldn't do that.
No, there is no respect. And that's the problem.
I disagree.
If he respected that woman, them hot mics that he had about I'm only here for the kids, this, that, and the third, him storming off when she was talking to him last season when they was at the warehouse for Embellish, he's done a lot of things that shows us that he doesn't respect her outside of the sanctity of their relationship.
I feel like he doesn't respect her inside the sanctity, right? But I feel like outside when he's dealing with his other women, there is you know, like, okay, this is what can be done. This is what cannot be done. Because, and I say that because of his upbringing, because Robyn's family has forgiven him. Because I know if it was my mama, she'd been packed, you know what I'm saying? She'd been packed whoever up. But
my mother be like, you and them kids come over here. Leave that man alone.
Yeah, Robyn's family has forgiven him.
The mom genuinely loves Juan.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
And so I feel like he has an allegiance or something to Robyn.
An obligation.
He does.
Feels some type of obligation to them, even as toxic as his behavior is. I just...
Yeah, but it's a small amount of respect. It's a small amount. The mother of his children is just a small amount.
He respects that
haven't
check.
They been together
and he know
forever
if they blow up that,
school?
then that check not coming in. So
do what? Who was that say that? What you say?
Haven't they been together for a long time?
Since high school. I mean, his parents died, and he had his brother and his aunt. He went to the school. He started playing ball. Robyn was his tutor. She did his papers. She helped him rebound when he wanted to practice in the middle of the night. Like, she's been there. So
why you just don't say that's his buddy and they go their separate ways?
Somebody on TikTok said that it gives sibling real bad. Like, even the way that her parents ride for him, like, it gives sibling.
It does. That's my buddy. They seem like, even when they around each other, like, the chemistry is like real brother sister. Like,
I've never seen.
It ain't no love smacks if she fixing him breakfast or
no kisses,
a little kiss on the cheek. There's no, sad chemistry. There's like, I don't get that even when sometimes when she sit down.
I know. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. Let's
how she sit down?
Like a linebacker.
Yeah.
But y'all, let's get back to this. So what do y'all think? Like, I feel like all these women lie. I feel like Candace may tell the truth and Wendy tells the truth. I feel like everybody else is lying. Because Karen did say that Wendy Williams was her inspiration. Where in the hell did Carol Burnett come from? I almost spit out my drink when she said that.
I was like, huh?
Carol Burnett.
I was like, Carol Burnett.
Who said that? Who said that?
Who said that?
Auntie Karen, y'all.
I would have just preferred Karen to be like, oh, I saw them doing a live show and I felt like I could do it one better, so I did it.
Yeah, and I just feel like better. And I feel like Karen's just doing stuff. I feel like she's just doing stuff to be out here doing stuff. I don't think she even knows what she's doing. She hears something and she runs with it.
What I will say about, because we have to get to Ashley.
We got to.
Oh, Lord.
Out of all the wives, Ashley is the only one, from what I've seen, has not started any kind of side business.
Because
No.
she don't know what to do, because she ain't gonna start no side business, because she not smart up here.
She thought she was pimping Michael, and
She
she
thought
got
that
pimped.
was her business.
That's her business.
That was her business. That was her side business.
That's
He
why
wasn't good at it.
He
That was
He
it.
wasn't good at it.
And I can guarantee you, next season we'll see her trying to start up a yoga business. Like now, you will see the mad dash for all of the branding and all of the everything, but know that it comes out of desperation and brokenness.
So like today, she made a post on TikTok, right? He in my DM saying up that part about saying I'm pretty. Did you see that? Did you read?
Yes.
Did you get into the comments though? Because it was like somebody was like, "Why don't you put out some yoga stuff?" She was like, "Oh, it's coming." And then people talked about how she fumbled a bag. They talked about how she, because somebody said it's Michael Darby saying that you're pretty. I'm gonna tell you something. That is a crazy situation because you're not gonna be my husband no more, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're in separate homes. You're not about to sit here and tell me who can come over here. I don't care what you paying.
You ain't gonna tell me
that man dropped them kids off on purpose when he figured out that
Sunday,
other dude was over there.
And you know he did. And you know he did.
6 o'clock tomorrow. I'll see you 6 o'clock Monday. PM.
That's too much. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. He finna tell me nothing.
Nothing. Not you.
And then why did she say that she loved that young man? Did she say that? She was following.
I instantly felt pity for her.
She said she loved him. She said that she was attracted to him. I was actually falling for him. Now, granted, it is hard when you're learning how to
love.
She did.
She said love. Yeah.
But it's hard. I can see how it's hard when you're trying to figure out a co-parenting situation. You've got two young kids there. Like, even if Michael was the best spouse ever, that was always going to be sticky. First relationship out. But the thing that's crazy for me is because then people were like, oh, is she going to get the child support checks? And I'm like, you got to know with a man as smart as Michael that set her up this way, that his lawyer will have him sending tuition payments directly to the school. And what she'll be getting is a check for food for them children and maybe a little bit of uniform money, but I don't see it topping over $10K the way it's going.
No. And I feel like with everything that has come up now with the Somalia situation and all of that, like people were like, girl, you can't even you just get child support and maybe spousal support. Like, but why would why would she let him put her in a $13,000 a month mortgage? Why would
she want the house?
Yeah,
she's competing. She is secretly competing with Candace.
But you can't, because Candace has a real husband, like a real age appropriate.
It does not matter. She is secretly competing with Candace. Every step of the way, she is secretly competing with Candace. They're both married to Caucasian men. Not to say that that's what it is, but they have a lot of things that kind of align them together. But Candace is, she's in the better situation. I just think she's competing. She's definitely competing with Candace secretly. She has this thing where she has to try to one up Candace in any way, shape, or form. Just like when Candace outed whatever happened with Chris, and she was like, "Oh, you see, it doesn't feel good, does it?"
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
She couldn't wait, but I think
that was crazy.
For Ashley, it seems, going back to the colorism, it seems like Ashley has been this biracial Black woman who pretty much gets praised for existing. She's so beautiful, her hair texture, this, that, and the third. It seems like she's been able to kind of do the bare minimum and get clap praise and trophies all the way along, like even down to Milk and Coffee. The song sucked, okay? And it wasn't just because she couldn't sing. It was a sucky song. And then you have somebody like Candace who comes in, like you said, she's in the pageant world, and Candace has got it, like, and now Candace is shitting on Ashley, and all she's doing is breathing. Like, the girl is bothered.
I did not get the Deep Space Deluxe Edition, but I do want a T-shirt. But Ashley has not done anything that I would like to be a part of, because clearly she does not have it together.
You don't want to
And
take her
that's the
tantric
thing.
yoga class?
Like, you've been on this platform, to be on the platform this long, this big of a platform for 7 years, and you haven't a hoodie, a t-shirt, a hat. I mean, nothing.
That's crazy.
Not a nail, nary nothing.
Got a TikTok
Not she by
dance.
Sheree got more
She could have
things
came
than she
up with a
does.
whole line of yoga mats and probably would have sold out. Like,
She got a TikTok dance. She got
because it was still people on that
No,
post
she
that
got
she did
TikTok
today.
dance.
She got
It
TikTok
was,
dance.
it was people on that post that she did today were like, "You're beautiful. I love you. When are you gonna put out yoga mats? You should have a yoga studio. I'll come." Like, people want, like, you
want
have things that
they
you
want
can
to
do.
support her.
Yeah. And, Lil Bit wasn't even one of my favorites, but I definitely want a t-shirt.
I just want to see her do it. You know what I mean? Like, just do the thing. And I thought the thing was coming when she took us on her yoga journey of getting certified and all of this. And I was like,
Right.
oh, okay. Like, it's coming. It's going to be the thing.
The build
and then,
up.
Monique had the oil. So I was like, okay, like, I can see where this is going, a little wellness. And then Michael said, yeah, you can move back in. And she says,
Okay, I'm ready.
I'll sign the prenup.
Yep.
And then she was gonna watch What Happens Live, and Andy asked her about it. To my, I was a little lackadaisical. He's doing better. No, he's not. He's doing better because he has a clear understanding of what's going on in this prenup.
Mm-hmm. No, but to me, it sounded like she was doing damage control. Like, he told her, you better clear this up.
Yes.
You got me out here looking bad. You better clear this up.
But
or
sir,
that check
you're
ain't
the
coming
one
through like it's supposed to. That's what it sounded like to me.
You're the one that got caught in your underwear, sir. I didn't do that to you. You did that to yourself. You're the one that said that you grabbing the men's behinds. I didn't do that to you.
But what was it, Robyn, when Juan proposed to Robyn, was that the year that he got crazy with Chris? And she took him in that room and she was like, if this were me at your work function, like, you would have a fit. This would be unacceptable, right? And then at the end of filming, when they give you the update, it was like they went off to Bahamas the next day.
Yep.
And I said, oh, I know exactly how this relationship works.
Yep.
Got it.
Because even when they came back and the word was they had gone to the Bahamas, Andy was like, you went to the Bahamas after that argument?
Mm-hmm. And then she came back as Michael's Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, sis.
Because the relationship is what the relationship is. And the point of the matter is, that's how the relationship is. Why are you trying to divorce him? You should just stay there. You have a contract. That's what it was. It's just a contract. Now you're looking foolish because this is a lesson for all young women that go and try to get older men with money that don't want to work, that don't want to take the money. If you go, I ain't gonna knock your hustle because Miss Monica done did it. But take your money and do something with the money.
But like
that part.
So I heard someone say Ashley has messed it up for everybody who wants to go and be a gold digger.
Too late for that.
Now,
no more of that.
Now they like, you know what? Let's go and put this stipulation in this prenup. Because my whole thing is this, and I have to bring this up. And Carlos King said this: while you done lactating and you on your way over here to go to this little outing with, to tell about Wendy's stuff, Michael over here at the lawyer's office, okay, any money that I have made, that I have done with this, that I made off this, I'm gonna put it back in there. That's still mine, even though I'm married to this woman. And I've been divorced. So what my whole thing is, once you accrue something in the same house together, it's got to be something they accrued together. But I understood what Michael did. I understood what Michael did. I did understand what he was doing. I made this money before we got married. And then with the money that I get out, I'm going to reinvest it. That's my money before I got married. It has nothing to do with you. I 100% understand what he was doing. But at the same time, it's something other than babies that they have accrued together.
You know what?
But had she got a lawyer to review things like her uncle told her to do, it might have turned out differently for her.
I don't think so. I think that he was smart. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think that in her city girlness of it all, she didn't expect to become a 30-year-old woman. You know, when she met this man bartending at his own restaurant at 22, being in a throuple and having menage a trois and all of that sounds good when you're 22 flying by the seat of your pants, right? And now at 30, she's like, oh, I want to build a family. This man been an empty nester. He was like, yo, I handle my responsibilities. And for the next 20, 30 years that I got on this earth, I'm gonna be outside. Like, I'm not worried about no imaging for no kids, no 2-parent household. I'm trying to go outside. And sis was like, I don't want to go outside. So I understand the growth inside of their sexual relationship. I don't understand pinning it all on wanting to have a monogamous facing relationship for the kids, because that to me sets her up for failure. Now, what happens when these kids grow up and they decide they want to be polyamorous, or they decide they want to be in non-heterosexual relationship, where you now going to harbor resentment because you left their daddy to give them a framework of a relationship that they're not now following?
But this is my thing. If I think everything is becoming a little bit more progressive and everyone is a little bit more open-minded to different situations and do what works for your marriage and your relationship. I think if they would have just said to the world, look, we're in an open marriage. He does him. I do me. We're happy. It works for us. I think people would be nonetheless, because that would save her a lot of embarrassment. Some people would be like, oh, it couldn't be me, da-da-da-da-da. But the embarrassment that Michael has caused with all of this foolishness could have easily been covered up if they would have just said they in an open marriage, and it's just, it is what it is.
It is.
But she's embarrassed because she wants to be. She wanted him to appear a certain way. Michael said it when they were sitting there at that dinner. We've always done this. It's her switching up the narrative of saying automatically, like, boom, now we're not going to do this anymore, and now you have to get on board.
And that's the problem.
I won't be stepping on that train.
Well, you heard what Mia said. Mia said these words: "It's not fair for me to change if this is the way I got him, so I have to keep it up."
So, and Mia's right. And another thing is that man never wanted kids. So why is she even pressing him?
Yeah, he didn't want kids.
You know, that's one thing that she made a big mistake about doing, because like Miss Cutie Pie down here, Miss Chit Chat said, guess what? She was confused that she was not going to get older.
Yeah.
He liked what he liked. He liked everybody. He liked everything. Everybody and everything.
Everything. He likes everything.
He liked everybody and everything. And he has money and he's smart. So that's why she's getting nothing. Because she did not play the game right.
And I think she felt like, let me have these babies. This is going to help me secure more money in the bed. Because I don't care what nobody says. Ashley I don't care what she says. When she made that statement about what she was going to get after so many years, the smile on her face, is she knew she was about to get.
She knew it.
She was like, I'll get half. No, you won't.
But you know what? I'm going to say this, and it might be some colorism when I say it. The white girl side Ashley tried to bring the black girl side Ashley. And the black girl side did not communicate well. Because she be looking at the black girls getting the bag from these men by having these kids. She see that, and she thought that was going to happen.
That's not it.
But she didn't play it right because she was too busy over here on white girl side.
Ashley should have still been doing flips.
Thank you.
Handstands.
Thank you.
And falling off chandeliers.
Thank you.
With no kids.
That old man.
She wouldn't have had nothing to worry about.
He too old.
Well, they say the quickest way to get rid of a man is to get pregnant by him.
Absolutely.
But you also got to think, again, this man was worth millions of dollars. He was already a land developer and all of that. When she met him at 22, you got to know that his lawyers were used to this man meeting girls at his restaurant and all of that.
Yep.
That prenup was ironclad from the beginning. Because
he been doing it. He been doing it.
She was supposed to hold that down, give real Karen vibes, and then just one day, 15 years post the prenup, pop up like, yeah, I'm out, fuck you. And then take all his money.
Yeah, because she really thought she was going to get half. Did she really, if this man really is worth $20 million, did you really think you about to get $10 million?
She did. She
That
went to the
girl said
classes
she
of
ain't got
Sheila.
nothing. She broke.
I mean, she got this money because here's the thing.
That's it.
This is all she had. Because, see, somebody had said something tonight on her post, like, you from the bag and then you only thing you get. She was like, oh, you think that's it? Yeah.
Actually, no. I've put it together.
Do we think Ashley's a saver? Do we think that she's been saving her Potomac money and spending Michael's?
The way she dresses,
I do
it
think
looks like she is. I mean,
no,
her
I do
outfit
think
choices definitely show me that. Definitely.
Well, I
She
hope
is not
so.
spending no money.
I hope.
She is not spending no money.
If she had that kind of listen, if I was in Ashley's shoes, right? My Potomac money, you have a man that owns so much land. I would be learning to absorbing everything I can, figuring out how I can invest in land and get my coin up too.
No,
I'd have been interning at the. I'd have been interning at the office. Who was at Quad when Dr. Gregory was opening up his practice and she was in? You got to be vertically integrated. But I also think that Ashley's fashion speaks to the white side and to the spaces that Michael has her in. Because unfortunately, and this is, I'm generalizing, but unfortunately, it's us, the Black community, that takes the money that we get and puts it back into clothing and material things. And Candy is the same way. Candy be wearing clothes from Target. Candy say, when you see me in name brands, it was sponsored. Somebody gave it to me. My clothes come from Target. And that's how these billionaires and these people who are worth millions of dollars, that's how they dress. Target fashion.
I hope that she's fooling us by doing such. Because right now, I'm not convinced that she's smart enough to do any of that. All I think is she can't even do a TikTok dance. Did you see how slick she is?
Oh my God! Look, y'all. Wait a minute. Let's go on to the next. Let's go on to the next thing. We got to get into Giselle real quick.
That's exactly how she be doing it too.
We got to get into Giselle real quick.
Okay,
let's do it.
When I tell you I'm off Giselle Bryant, I am off Giselle Bryant. After she pointed over there to Wendy and she made it clear tonight that she does not like her, and she made it clear tonight that the assault that took place upon Wendy is not any her concern because she doesn't like her. I was like, okay, Giselle is just not a good person. She's just not a good person. She's not. She is not a good person, and I was done with her tonight because she made that clear.
When Giselle set up in that church hat and told Katie that she had to pick a side, whether she was white or Black, in that church hat at that regular restaurant, season 1, that is when I decided I was done with Giselle. Because, like, be so fucking for real.
Giselle is definitely, to me, one of those reality personalities that is just clocking in and clocking out.
Why do they think that Giselle is such a hot?
Because it's called pretty privilege.
Yeah, I guess so. But
Giselle is so surface. Giselle had a story this year when she was talking to Robyn in the car. That one conversation in the car, I was like, Giselle, you could have been talking about this all season.
But her and Robyn both had stories that they chose not to show.
Anything personal. She is a personality. She's not being personal about anything.
No, she's not, and nobody cares about her hysterectomy because I showed the hell didn't. I'm sorry.
None. She has Lisa. You're right, Lisa. No moral compass. She showed that tonight. She didn't have no moral compass.
No,
that was horrible.
That's all that she had to tell us about having a hysterectomy.
But
people
no, what I'm saying,
hysterectomy for centuries.
But what I'm saying is this.
Monica said she ain't the first and she won't be the last.
She won't, because I was sitting there and listening to her. I was like, I had a hysterectomy in June of last year. Like I was, and when I talked to people, I was telling housewives, I was telling when I had talked to people on TikTok about it. It was so many women that came out. It was common for me, so I knew what to expect. You know, everybody's different, so I wasn't as nervous. Giselle could have helped somebody like that. And like I told you, when my doctor showed me what those items look like, I was like, child. And she told me she ain't gonna be no woman. Girl, you ain't have no more babies. Like, are you serious?
That's why
She was choking up.
Now, let me tell you something.
We went longer than expected. She was like emotional.
No, she was faking it up. You know, Miss Auntie, you know she's a big fake.
She is so big.
But let me tell you though, I'm gonna say I'm not nowhere near the Giselle fan. And she had I really, after she put that curtain on tonight, that curtain that she wearing around with the rhinestones on.
Yeah.
That somebody grandma made. I can't do that.
She was bedazzled by Jesus himself.
Oh my God. Oh my God. With that bird's nest on top of her head.
For her getting her groove back with that fine young man.
I mean, I'm into that, but like Millie and I talked about it, it was so many missed opportunities, right? We could have had a conversation about whether or not she had a black doctor, how she went about finding said doctor, if she felt safe. Were there any concerns that she had as a black woman going under anesthesia? We could have had conversations about what she needed post-op care because the surgery ran longer. I said earlier, opportunity. She could have started a business where she sold wellness bags. She could have partnered up with Dr. Jackie from Married to Medicine.
Yep.
And done. There was opportunities for
she had an opportunity to educate. She should have educated her girls better. I thought they looked crazy on TV.
She don't want anyone to know her business. She wants to be in everybody else's business.
She tried to stop Andy tonight.
But Andy told her, no, he's making it known. I'm going to see that young man on this screen because if not, y'all not going to have no job.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. They scratched New York. We haven't seen them yet, but
hello.
I don't know if it would. Maybe we could keep a couple of people. Child, and why is Karen not talking
about her young man with the blue eyes?
No, I mean just verbal. Karen has said 50 words in 2 reunions.
Well, she said Karen, she don't have enough to say. Karen needs to be. I'm gonna say I'm a diehard Karen fan. We have the same birthday, the same exact birthday. I love Auntie Karen, but she's old now, and she really don't have nothing else to talk about. Really, she don't.
Do we need?
And she really don't let us into her personal business either.
No, we really don't need her on the show anymore. We can keep her on the show as like a babysitter.
She could be a super friend of.
Yeah, the babysitter, like going and with your trips to stand in between them and be like, "Oh, y'all don't do." We can do that, but
because here, this is what I think about Karen and Ray. Honestly, to goodness, I feel like when Robyn pulled that phone up and showed that picture of blue eyes, I feel like that messed him up because Ray's gonna be mad when they bring that up. I feel like Karen and Ray has a for real solid understanding, and it's like, look. As long as you don't bring it up, as long as you don't get caught out here with no photos, we're gonna be good. Because Ray is not doing what he needs to do. I'm sorry, I'm not over there, but I know that that's not popping off. And
that's what I'm saying. I feel like Ray is like, listen, I know I'm getting older. I know, if it go this way, I'm gonna go before you. Go ahead on. So listen, I can't dip and do it, baby. I'm not gonna be able to pick you up and put you on the wall. Like, man, you go ahead on, get you somebody that can do that. Make sure he got some money. He can sustain all of this house once I pass away. Exactly. And I can leave this world knowing that I left you in good hands.
Yeah.
And some days of the week, good on them. Like, don't everybody want that?
I wouldn't be surprised if Ray has a condo in Florida. When they're not filming, Ray is in Florida somewhere, probably Boca or West Palm Beach, kicking up his feet. And Karen's out here gallivanting and sauntering around with
blue eyes,
allegedly.
Yes, Lisa, you're correct. Karen just in there making faces, and I can't with that. But I feel like they have had time to re-up, get a different understanding, and re-up their negotiation. And get something else understood. Because
I want them to understand this. Don't bring Charisse back next season.
Please understand that. I hope somebody listening to this can get this.
I think that's the only. This is how we're going to see Karen activated, is because they said next week is 90 minutes. So this is where we'll see Karen activated.
Yeah, she's waiting on Charisse.
And me too, because Charisse don't even need to even be on the show.
She could be on a Zoom. Why is Charisse even coming in the room? She could be on a Zoom for me.
Charisse need to take a Red Bull before she films. Her eyes are always closed.
Or
But here go the thing for me.
Like Grace called in. They could call her on the phone like they did with Grace tonight.
Or with Diana Jenkins. But my thing is, you want to come up in here and you want to talk about how you are really the queen of Potomac, and then you get it on Potomac and do nothing queenly. I didn't see not a now champagne room, not a bedazzled flute. I saw a satin shirt in a pushback wig from who is that? Swiss Lace? Who makes that one? The synthetic?
No.
The shake and go.
She should have been embarrassed a long time ago when her husband did.
Swiss Lace?
She never came back on TV.
Because you know I'm not. First of all, and this is why I'm mad that Karen didn't say nothing.
You couldn't even see the part in one of them.
Hello, it wasn't even like how. What's that? Butter lace? Ain't that what it's called?
Butter lace.
You couldn't get on that screen.
The same person that did her hair did Giselle hair.
That's that man that she threw out of there for season 1.
And I'm sorry, they need to let Cal go on to the upper room because he can't style their hair worth a damn. They look horrible.
But how dare you? How dare you not come on here and do nothing royal, but want to be acknowledged as the queen? How dare you look at me in the face and then tell Peter that you interested in starting the shit? I didn't see her open not one bottle of champagne, not a Dom, not a Lamarca, not a Napa. Wasn't a bottle of nothing pop. But you want to tell me that you the queen in that satin shirt?
Crazy.
And the stuff that she was dropping about Karen was like so salacious and like over the top. Is like, huh?
Yeah.
In the bathroom, in the club.
Like, I mean, just for her to get out here, she said it on a podcast. She said it like, she was this drunk old lady.
Right.
Did this. And I was like, okay, I get it, but why would you even say something like that? That's crazy to even say.
But she that drunk and that sloppy that we didn't hear about it for 7 years until you came back and told us, ma'am? No.
Exactly.
And if she was just some drunk old lady, why are you hanging out with her?
Now we into the questions that we really need to be asking. Amen. Start there, work backwards. Girl, show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are.
Why are you in the club hanging out with this drunk old lady that's tooted and booted in the bathroom? Like, why are we doing this?
Mm-hmm. And why would you say that?
Because it only takes one time for me to go out with anybody and then they end up in the bathroom tooted and booted. Let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm gonna go home and never come back out with them.
BJs at that.
I'll be done too. I'll be like,
and you ain't gotta worry about me saying
not
nothing.
Even the special. You giving BJs?
In the bathroom.
And then you just sitting there saying
they giving B.
That'll do it. You do not have to worry about me. Listen, I will go home and I promise you your secret will be forever safe because I don't even want to let nobody know that you had me out in the world like that.
Nowhere.
Like they can't come back and say, girl, I just...
Now you come back to the bathroom from the bathroom with dick on your breath. Like, no, I'm good. Talking about something you want to take shots.
Exactly. I'm like, no.
Just leave me out of it. It's a mess.
Wouldn't have been able to torture that out of me. Ma'am, did you know that she did what? I'd be like,
asking the right follow-up questions. Like, you just let your friend knowing she's inebriated, she going to the bathroom with the help. Like, come on.
Because why wasn't y'all using the
you're married at the time.
Yeah.
So you and your friend, that's how you and your crew get down?
And then you come and tell everybody.
Now, after the fact.
After the fact, you won't come tell everybody.
What's your alimony checks
she done came out with dick on her breath.
Oh my Jesus. I cannot. It's ridiculous.
That's what she want to do. See what happened was.
I don't understand Charisse's clothing sense. I don't understand, like.
That's why her and Giselle get along so well. Can't dress worth a damn. Can't style worth a damn. She look like whipped queen up in drags with that hairdo she got right now.
And she didn't get hype until the last 2 episodes. Like we didn't know she was there until Mexico.
You know
You know her
how
shoulders
Tyra
be there,
Banks be
though.
looking on Dancing with the Stars? You know how Tyra Banks on Dancing with the Stars, you know how none of her clothes fit or whatever?
Oh,
And I
God.
always say that Tyra Banks and her styling team has forgotten that she has just aged and gained weight. She's not fat by any means, but she's also not runway sizes. But they keep dressing her like she is. I also think that that's Charisse's issue. The difference being that Tyra has a stylist and Charisse just don't have no more money to buy new clothes and new sizes.
That's
Charisse,
probably it.
from my understanding, Charisse is the girl. She is paid.
Teresa
She got the
coined up
bag.
behind that divorce.
She got the bag. She just don't know what to do
She
with
don't
the
know
bag.
what to do with it. She
She don't
leaning
know
on
what kind of bag
Cal
to buy.
still. Cal.
She don't know what kind of bag to buy.
Okay, so she got, we don't know her alimony amount, right? But we also know that she's about 4 years into the alimony checks, okay? We know how much life costs. We know them kids is in school. We don't know what that alimony includes. That is he's paying for that. I could see a world where in which that check dries up rather quickly. And you can't tell, I'm sorry, I don't care how much money you don't spend on clothes. You couldn't tell me that she couldn't go, knowing that she was getting ready to come back filming, and go to Target and get 5 Massimo outfits.
Oh yeah,
Charisse
no doubt.
like
She just don't have no sense of style.
Charisse like she's still carrying a Dooney and Burke from 1998.
Girl, not the signature Dooney.
That's what she looked like she carried. 1998 Dooney and Burke.
Oh my God.
She looked like she had, I mean, come on. Like she could put that in the Smithsonian. I cannot.
Not the Smithsonian.
I cannot.
Bro, the Dooney and Burke killed me because first of all, them Dooney and Burke used to eat the girls up. Okay?
Yeah. But you can't tell her that she don't be looking good.
She still think that.
Yes. Like she be really, really thinking she looking good when she go on them trips. She be like sitting there like her chest be out. You know, she be snatched. And I don't know why, but her snatching her girdles, they make her look
stuck.
Oh my gosh. In that blue dress, she looked like she was ready to go to the bathroom. I cannot with Charisse. I can't. I just
Banks was pushing it out.
But that's why I'm confused at Karen's silence, bro. It would never be a day of the week in real life or on a show that I would let a person looking like that talk to or about me the way that she does, bro.
The way she walks off.
I would never let a woman in a shiny wig disrespect me like that.
I would be in Charisse's face so tough. I would be in Charisse's door when she wake up in the morning. Ding dong. What you got to say today?
Well, Karen almost lost it when they went on the trip, and she started talking about the funeral. She jumped on that table. You were not. I was like, "Ooh, yeah, I got nervous."
She was, but see, that was the wrong time to jump on the table right there.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
It was built up.
That was coming from.
It was built up.
Yeah, because who said nothing about your mother? Like, and maybe she did come to your mother's funeral for clout. The fact that she wanted to be under your skin about that would have been the reason that she wouldn't have got under my skin about that. Just the fact that she was trying to clear so hard.
She always talking about how Karen came to be. Like Karen sat at her table. She sat at my table and people thought that she was with me. So that's how she got on the show.
It reeks of jealousy. It reeks of that I'm supposed to be the grand dame of Potomac. I put these ladies together. You should be kissing my ring. No one should be Karen should not be a fan favorite because she's allegedly a drunk old lady that sat at my table by accident.
Absolutely. But when the word on the curb is that Karen is the reason it switched over because it was supposed to be a show about like mocha moms in the Jack and Jill community that Charisse was putting together. And then Karen sat at the table or whatever. They thought they was together. They did a test and Karen ate the girls down. And then it was like, oh, this could be a housewife franchise.
Yeah,
allegedly.
No disrespect to Jack and Jill, but I do not want to watch a show y'all doing Jack and Jill products selling cookies and shit every week.
Because then we really will have to talk about colorism.
And we don't want to do that.
Exactly. Don't want to talk about that. Like, thank God Karen was sat at the table.
Thank you.
Jesus. Who wants to hear that?
Nobody.
And it looks like she is the president of the Jack and Jill Corporation.
It gives it real bad.
I cannot with Charisse. I cannot. So what about what is it? Mia.
What's that song? Thank you. Next.
What was she talking about all night?
Because if you don't understand business, that's fine. No, we don't understand you.
But that situation, she wants to holler up at Wendy talking about Peter. I don't even. It could have happened. I don't believe it. She had to have something to talk about.
You know how many of her lies probably didn't even make the cut?
Oh,
for
Jesus.
everybody to, as soon as she spit that out, for everybody to totally dismiss what she said, not give it any kind of attention. You know how bad Mia has to lie?
Every day. That's why I say every time Mia opens her mouth, if I don't see it on the TV, it did not happen.
I just feel like Mia, like next season we gonna hear a story like executive producer Andy Cohen was held hostage, and then like the person holding them hostage is gonna be Mia, and she'll be doing it for airtime. Like she is so desperate to be on this show that it's almost scary, honestly. Like
I hope Jacqueline eats her up next week.
I do. I am so ready for it.
Oh,
they need to bring her sister on there. They need to bring the sister.
Baby, that sister was on Instagram Live, said, I'm ready to tell it all. Baby said, I don't have no
already
NDA.
told it all on
Ask me.
YouTube. Have you followed her on YouTube?
Yeah, yes. she did. I was going to do a story on it, but I was like, wait a minute. This just takes too long. I got to take a nap because she was just, it was too much. She had so much to say.
Oh, my God.
But what I will say about Mia, in comparison to the other ladies, as far as things that could be viewed as embarrassing or a little bit taboo, she does open up more and give us those things kind of up front, like a lot of it up front, so to speak. Like she's like, yeah, I'm not denying I used to F for lobsters. Yeah, like I'm not denying.
But Mia has no discretion. Just like when she got to talking about Peter's ex-girlfriend. Just to blurt out that she used to be my ex-girlfriend, so it's mine. Like, girl.
But that goes to
yourself.
Right, but that goes to the level of like that she has for it. This woman has told us that she messed with G before he was divorced. On the beach, she told us that she was effing for life. Like she don't care. Like that, it's for everybody, and it's up for topic of discussion. It's weird to us because we would never talk about it like that.
She's still around here doing handstands for G. Like how long did G need handstands done? Like what?
No, that's what I want to know. At what time did?
I'm looking forward to when G comes out.
No, I listen. Do the handstands for your man, then keep your man happy. I support all of that. I'm talking about specifically G and his weird tongue. Because that, we saw him do the tongue thing at Karen and at Ashley, and it wasn't a thing about G that gave sexy. It was something about him
and that was inappropriate.
It was, and I think that's why we didn't get a lot of him this year.
G could have gone to jail for life after that.
Put that tongue in jail, honey.
Because you can't tell me she don't got to get drunk every time he come in the room to us.
Oh,
like, no, pass me a drink. That's why she do the handstands, because she drunk.
You can boil your vibes anyway.
I mean, I'm going to need all that. I'm going to need everything extra. I'm going to need it. Because, G, like, what? How do you even get ready for that?
Blue pill.
Oh, my God. But what she got to have?
Yeah, her.
She come towards me with that tongue, I'm running the other direction.
That was the worst.
I'm running into a woman. I ain't even gonna lie to you. If that man come at me with that tongue like that, I say never again do I want another man. That's it. You caught me.
Not you caught me.
I'm changing teams immediately.
I get it.
Like if you see that coming at you, you're just gonna be like.
But let me tell you something. They need to quit lying and saying that he didn't sleep, that he doesn't sleep with her and Jacqueline both, because we know they do.
Yeah.
Allegedly. I'm saying it. This is Miss Monica's opinion, but my opinion is no. I don't.
I've been best friends with my best friend since 15 too, and I wish she would come in the shower while I'm in that motherfucker.
Yeah, but I will say this, and I think all four of us were not there, but we definitely can agree that something went down with G and Jacqueline and Mia. Something has definitely gone down. Cause you're just a little too happy when he come in.
Yeah, but that's not something went down. That's a they have a whole relationship. That's
He
their
sorry, you
feels
put
like
the
the
money
third
down
wheel
for
when
her
they're
Porsche.
together. Like when they're all together, like in that sit down living room scene, and he
That
kind
don't
of
feel
felt
like no
the way
third
at
wheel
the
to
seating
me. That feel like
arrangement.
that don't
That
feel
felt
like
like
a
a
third wheel.
Tuesday.
That feel like Tuesday night to me. That's what that feel like. It just feel like it's Tuesday.
Yeah, that's what they
And
want.
I'm gonna tell you, Jacqueline might have a better pom pom out of her and Mia, because one got a Porsche and the other one got multiple rental properties that she can't get into no more.
How about that?
How about that?
Who won?
Part?
Why in the world would you rent houses? Why would you have two in Charlotte?
Because
Why
they
would you
try to be
put
bi-coastal.
$50,000 into
Girl,
a
stop.
rental?
They got by Costa. Say what they do. What they do. Auntie Cook, say it again.
Trying to be bi-coastal.
That's what she said. That's what she said. Rent houses. Rent.
That's
houses.
what she said.
She said she rent, but then again, I'm a numbers girl, and it didn't add up. So when we met her the first season, she said that they owned that penthouse. She allegedly said that she sold that penthouse, and they were looking. They couldn't find anything, so then she
Right.
moved into the $10,000 a month rental property. All right, rental property, you need first, last, and 1 month security. That's automatically $30,000 in cash that you need, right? $40,000 if you want to be ahead for the next month. Then she told you that she put $50,000 worth of work into the house. We had 90 grand right now in cash. If you had 90 grand in cash,
And you only been in the house 2 weeks.
why are you renting? Now, granted, it might $100,000 ain't gonna buy you the house in Potomac that you want, but in a quick deal, when the economy was doing what it was doing last year, you could have found something for $100,000.
Yeah.
You know
that
what my
would've made
conspiracy theory is with them being locked out the accounts? I think the brother is probably really looking out for G. She took on more of a leadership role and started spending that money. And the brother said, my brother's not going to have anything left if they keep going down this path. And Gordon just let him do whatever. So there's no strife between him and his wife. And the other brothers just taking the fall for it. That's what I feel like it could be.
That's a good theory. Because I had just jumped to him being old and just like possibly signs of dementia and stuff. Like I just jumped
He ain't that old. He's not that old now.
Who, G?
He not.
Not to be dementia. He
No.
got some. Yeah, he's still doing this thing.
Maybe not dementia, but I mean that's just where my brain went. My brain was like maybe he's doing something that's pause for cause. Like I didn't even really bring Mia into it because then remember she said now that that's done, she's the sole breadwinner, which means that he doesn't have any other form of income. That's what she told us.
And then she
so
said, and then
if that's your main form, then something happened. You was fumbling
But
the bag.
even with her income, why are you renting a 10G a month penthouse? You get to a nice house out there in Baltimore County.
So you know what she's talking
Not
about
you
coming
put
in.
them
She's
in
talking about
Baltimore
those
County?
Real Housewife checks, the savings, and because she said whatever I have coming in. As far as I know, all she got coming in is this housewife stuff because she clearly ain't working at the joint no more.
No, and it ain't no what is it, collaborations that we know of.
No,
she ain't selling no candles.
No, she ain't selling no candles. I don't want nobody else selling no candles.
No,
maybe she an influencer for Fashion Nova.
Oh my God,
I almost hung up on you.
Not Fashion Nova.
Her outfits are from Fashion Nova.
And giving me a no check.
Fashion, well, they should, because the whole season she's worn every outfit that they home. Because
not every outfit.
Yes, every outfit.
Not that demographic.
Everyone, I have 4 of the ones. Did y'all see my Twitter when I say I wore it best? Every one she has from Fashion Nova. Every last
you
one.
dead
I got 4 of them in my
I
closet.
thought you was reading her for filth.
No, girl, she's serious. She's serious.
I am on the floor.
But I think that Mia, I don't know what she thought coming into this. I liked Mia at first. I mean, I don't dislike her, but I don't listen to anything she says. Like, I don't believe anything that comes out of her mouth. If I don't actually see it on this show, I do not believe it.
I dislike her. I just don't like her.
Okay.
I dislike her altogether. And the one reason why I disliked her, because when I went and saw her pictures from way back when to now, I'm mad with her for letting them people chop her face up in her body like they did.
Oh.
That's why I'm mad with her.
I'm not gonna hold you. That's not why I'm mad at her. But if you go look at her episode when she was on Say Yes to the Dress on TLC,
Yeah.
that is a different face.
Yeah, she was a
But
beautiful.
also,
She's a
like,
beautiful girl. When I
body
went back,
dysmorphia is real. And then when you remember she told you about the burn issues and all of that. So it's like I personally don't understand it, but I get it. And then when you got your man by way of cheating and he's an older man and he liked these other people in the bedroom, she probably feels this immense amount of pressure to keep up to whatever his type is. And we know
Yeah.
that's real. Tamar says she used to wear blonde wigs because Vince used to be into white women, and so she felt like she had to portray his type. So it's like I get it for her. I just don't. She just be lying, and I know
So
all of them
much.
be lying to
She
us,
lies
but it's
all the
like,
time. Like
ugh.
all the time.
she's,
Everything
I can
out of
see
her
you.
mouth.
she's like a lifetime scary girl.
Yes, I've said
Mhm.
that before.
Yeah, she
I've
reminds
said
me
that
of one of those
before.
girls that like the way, and then especially how her and Jacqueline are. It's like Mia is that girl that just gonna do whatever it takes to get her. Like,
Let me tell you something. Mia is a horrible friend. Like she's nobody's friend either. Because
no.
even though she and Jacqueline go back and forth and do whatever they do, right? Like if it's me and my friend and I know a certain thing that's crazy about me and my friend, I might dibble and dab around the mountain a little bit, but I'm not going straight through the tunnel. I'm not about to see. When she said close your legs and marry me, and that was it for Jacqueline. Because clearly something has happened. Because Jacqueline took that way too serious. And she's still mad about that right now tonight, whatever time it is. She mad right now.
Well, I can give y'all my opinion what happened.
I'm listening.
Well, her and G and Jacqueline have a thing. But
Yeah.
Mia stopped the thing. But G and Jacqueline probably didn't stop the thing. So now
Cause
you gonna
Jacqueline
get
got the better
blamed because you
pom-pom, I'm
got your
trying to
legs.
tell
Now
you.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Because she still got to keep paying for that Porsche that he bought her. It ain't free.
Because you heard what Mia said. What it took to get her man, she got to keep doing what it is to keep him.
Mm-hmm. But she
I
don't
know
want to do it with
why
her
Jacqueline and her husband got a divorce.
Cause of them.
They broke up.
Well,
They was never married.
She put that video out there. Jacqueline had jumped on that man.
Cause he probably told her that she need to stay away from that house over there with them devils.
She caught him cheating. she caught him cheating. She caught her husband cheating, or whoever he is. Or she caught him cheating, and she lost it. It was a video. He recorded her, sent it to Mia. Mia put it out at the beginning of the season because they said Mia feels like if she felt like they were like liking Jacqueline a little too much, and she just didn't want that, that to be the story. So she went ahead and shitted on her like that real quick. So
when Jacqueline said,
do y'all think that relationship is salvageable?
Yeah, I think it is. They're dysfunctional. It's very salvageable.
That's a part of them, but I wouldn't be her friend ever again.
And me neither. I wouldn't either. Not if I know you like if that's something that's true, and you're gonna sit here and say this around mixed company. Like we can sit here and go back and forth through the dozens all day, but
that's right.
Not our real friend stuff. You ain't gonna put that out here like that. Like I can't.
No, when she said like, "Oh, you sold your soul" or whatever, I feel like there was a understanding. They had a way in which they were going to approach the season and how they were going to take over and be the new Green-Eyed Bandits. I feel like that is what the plan was. That's not what started happening. But when she said close your legs to married men, and then Jacqueline said, I don't even recognize you anymore, I felt like that statement
was a lot.
Yeah, that was the end of that friendship.
Yep.
I mean, in the most part, as far as like having a genuine, true friendship, like I don't think it will ever be the same. Do I think that they can come back to a place and continue to get this reality TV check together? I absolutely agree, because I think it is a story that people would want to follow and want to see if they can come back from that and kind of move forward. Because one thing I noticed, when you have these ensemble casts and you cannot come to a conclusion and you cannot move forward, people get over you real quick and tired.
Real fast.
Karen and Giselle constantly was going at it season this season. That wears us out. Like, when are y'all gonna get on the same page? Now you got Wendy getting into it with somebody else.
Yeah,
like,
just stop. Just stop. Like, you can just go do something else with somebody else. We don't even have to film together. Just stop. Because for me, and I'm just talking about in reality TV as a whole, real quick, I'm gonna dip in here. That's why for me right now, Love and Marriage DC is winning. Because they are doing real stuff, real adults, real problems, real, we're trying to get it together the real way. We can't be around here fussing and going on every episode. Then you get
I
back
think that's the
here.
Carlos King magic of it all.
Yeah,
Carlos
but
don't let that nonsensical stuff, like, you can have Melissa and Tree can argue for 12, 13 seasons because there's a history there, right?
I'm tired of them.
No, we're tired, but it was able to go on that long because there is a history. Everybody can say, well, you did this, you did that. With Karen and Giselle, there was never really anything to build that foundational argument on. So for everybody watching it is like, girl, again. But Carlos does such a great job of introducing the reality with the reality TV that you kind of like, you can see yourself in the friend groups. It's like once you get to season 8, 9, 10 of these Housewives now, it's so far gone that you can't even imagine doing half the stuff they do.
I'm not going to even lie about this. Like, I think I told you, girl, what's the tea? Like, the Real Housewives of Potomac, all 4 of us could be in a Real Housewife. They are us. Like, there's nothing. I'm not saying we're not spectacular. No, but I'm just saying there's nothing spectacular about them.
They know Lisa Vanderpump.
They don't know how to dress. They don't know how to dress. They really don't have a real direction. Nobody is authentic. Nobody does their own thing. They just do regular shit on a daily basis.
And then we have to wait for the reunion.
You got Atlanta out here. They trying to outbuy everything in the mall. You know what I'm saying? You got Beverly Hills. They got the money. They got the fashions. They just acting a plumb fool on a daily basis. That's how New York is. That's how OC is. New Jersey they got a whole different mindset over there. And so I feel like Potomac is the installation that could be the best installation because they're the most relatable.
Yes.
They are the most relatable. Giselle's situation is relatable. Ashley having a bad divorce is relatable, but we need to figure out how she gonna win out of this. Karen dealing with the fact that her husband is this old, but she still has this little spry in her. Like, how are we gonna do this? Like, how? That's just like you got a friend that's doing something she ain't got no business, and like, girl, you better keep that on the low. Like, we know what's going on, but we don't know.
Yeah, they hiding it. And then we have to wait till we get to the reunion for them to start spilling the beans. Well, damn, the show over with.
Look, we all dressed in black because we try to catch Juan out here downtown DC, picking up the baby after school.
Thank you.
Hello.
It's the most relatable installation, but they are just messing it up. Mia lies so much. Robyn messed this whole thing up for me. I'm sorry. She messed it up.
Robyn messed it up. And them not bringing Ascala back. You can't tell me Ascala wasn't going to be. Ascala gave more at that spring fling party than Mia gave the whole season. But I hear that Mia wasn't even supposed to come back, and that's part of why none of it makes sense this season. Allegedly, Mia wasn't supposed to come back this season, and then she dropped the Instagram post about the cancer, and then the producers and them circle back around. Like, okay, well, if you have a story. Someone said on TikTok it's from her injections.
I have a different little opinion about Ascala. I think Ascala is a beautiful girl. She had the fashions, but her personality did not come through for me. Like, she didn't have any je ne sais quoi about herself. Like, being pretty wasn't going to be enough in that group of girls during that season.
Yeah.
And her husband didn't seem like he was with the shit.
But that's why she was a friend of the show. That's why she was a friend of the show.
But when Mia was like, "Oh, you broke bitches," and Sis stood up for herself, I was like, okay. Like, I could see, for me last season, I was like, Candace needs one person that's rocking with her. Just one. Because and she do be wrong. Like, I'm not such a Candace fan where I can't say she's not wrong. Like, I don't care. Oh, it was just a flick of a salad. You should have never picked that up. Because see, to me, if you started, I'm gonna finish it. So the fact that she came back with the bowl of salad, that she did exactly what she was supposed to do.
Yeah,
but Candace needs one real friend to be like, chill out. And the scholar
she
was
better
doing
start
that.
bringing them around. But one thing I do absolutely, because I was not a Candace fan till this season, but she won me over. But what I absolutely can relate to Candace is being able to stand on her own. Like, y'all not gonna have my back, that's okay. I'm gonna go in.
I got my man, I got my mama, I got
God,
and I got my daddy, and I got God.
That's one thing I can absolutely respect about her. You know, she's not one of those that's like, she can definitely stand on her own. And I really wanted her and Ashley to really put whatever it was to rest, but I just knew Ashley was not sincere.
Ashley is just so dirty.
She was not sincere.
Like Ashley and Mia, to me, are in the same boat as far as friends go, because Ashley is not a friend either. You want to sit here. Now, the only time I saw her be friendly is when she actually called Wendy to come to that dinner.
I think she genuinely likes Wendy.
Yeah, I do too. But that's the only time. But when it comes to Candace, just like Housewife said, you was cool up until the point that stuff happened. And then when you made that statement and you said it doesn't feel good, we knew why you were doing what you were doing. You showed your whole card right there.
We've been had your number since you was trying to write the letter for Monique, and Robyn was like, yours is going to say you were in the bathroom, right?
Exactly.
Because you were not there, Miss Ma'am.
That's crazy. And so it's just like, I still stand on this. This is the most relatable installation. These girls could really play it, and it could really be good. Even with Karen, her age, like being the wisdom. Take Charisse out of the picture so we can just work with these. Because she's just like a pimple. Like, why are you here?
I need for them to start over a little bit. I want them to remove some people and bring some people.
Yes.
I do think they should bring a scholar back to see if she can
pull it off.
We do something.
Because I like the age of Karen being there, though, especially like when you think about what they tried to tell you Potomac was, like the high society of it all. When you go to the charity events, when you go to the AKAs, if you're in that world, like it's a melting pot of women. Like, you know what I mean? There's your sorors be all different ages, and then you go to those events. So I feel like I like that. I like seeing that. I don't want to see a group of 31-year-olds. I don't want to see that. But I also don't want to see a bunch of 60-plus-year-old women running around the house in Blue Ridge Mountain talking about something. I'm not talking to you. So to have that bridge of like what they say in Atlanta, the bigs and the littles, like I like that. I like idea.
That too.
I like Karen being. I love Karen. I don't want them to remove Karen. I want them to remove Giselle. If she's not going to let us see her life, she needs to go.
Because look, here you go. Here it is right here. And I've said this to somebody else. I think I said it on live. I was like, we could be, like, I think we're great. All four of us are great at what it is that we do. That's why I called you three here today. Because I love everything y'all do. But if you really think about your life. And we cute. Yeah. That's it. But if you really think about your life, like I was like, oh, I could be on reality TV. I want a show. And I'm like, what in the world am I going to talk about? Like, Giselle should not be on TV because she don't have nothing to talk about. Like, I feel like I could, I can go to brunch. You show me getting my stuff together, doing this, working on this, that, and the third. But at 8:00, it's something coming on TV, and I'm being in bed watching TV.
I was more interested in what her daughters was doing than her.
I don't think Giselle is interesting. I don't think she's interesting at all. Like, she's not interesting at all.
She's not.
She didn't even show us. She didn't even take us through the journey of redoing the house. She could have showed us anything. When Giselle came on this show, she used to have a bakery. Season 1, I think, towards the end of season 2 is when she got rid of it. But she used to have a bakery in the DC area. Why we ain't never heard about that? And then the one time we seen her in the kitchen with her kids, they was making Pillsbury dough pull-aparts. Like, no tea, no shade. I remember that too. A baker.
Girl, the way she done quilted that house together, she could have had, like, I cannot with Giselle and I cannot. With Charlie in the chocolate factory over there, I can't take it.
Millie, did you say she?
And then with
she quilted
Robyn,
it together?
and also with Robyn, if Juan is gonna always tell us that he can't come, he can't show up, he can't come to the reunion, he can't come. How you have a family friends fun day and your husband not even there,
and your family not there?
Your
and
family
you know
not
what?
there.
One did that mess outside in front of the yard. They doing them potato sack races right there. That was their family fun day.
Girl,
And he was like, "I'm not coming."
Ron rather get a root canal than come to the family fun day.
We are filming.
That man will let you pull all four of his wisdom teeth out at the same time before he film another scene of Potomac. Okay,
we are filming. Do you honestly think that they won't just reschedule this root canal? You're not doing that much coaching. Y'all not winning like that.
But even when they planned it, he never said, "Oh, I got a root canal scheduled that day."
No. Is Juan here? No, he had a root canal. And next week when Andy asked her that question, do you always feel like you have to take up for him? If her answer is anything other than yes, I am going to be done.
Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody filming me. I don't have no embellished hats, and I don't have a reasonably shady podcast. But what I do have is a family, and therefore we have a family calendar. Okay, all appointments, all whereabouts, all volleyball games, all gymnastics routine assignments go on the family calendar that is synced to everybody's device. How you got something as big as a root canal, something that you can't drive yourself home from,
right?
And it's not on the family calendar. We don't know about it.
And then Robyn out in the park, and you full of Novocaine.
That woman from Georgetown allegedly must have drove him home from the root canal.
Yep.
Hello. Because it wasn't production. Why you couldn't send production over there with the Sprinter van and the cameras? They could have turned on the GoPro. We could have seen him in the car talking wild crazy off the anesthesia. Like,
I was just so happy when he showed up to the Reasonably Shady podcast. I was really, really happy.
Oh yes, yeah.
I was happy for that.
Finally, she had to really give him some razzle dazzle for him to do that.
Finally,
she gave him a reversible beanie, and she woke up on time.
She probably giving him 10% of that check.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing I was mad about that wedding. They should have just not showed that shit.
God.
With them and the kids. I mean, I was really mad with them. Why?
I wasn't mad until she turned around and gave the middle finger to the camera.
And then it said 3 weeks later.
Amen.
Okay.
Because no, the middle fingers is reserved for women like Candace, when now that she vindicated and Deborah, there was no booty grabbing and stuff. Now she can put up a middle finger. She can go get her vows renewed, and she could put up a middle finger. Ma'am, yo nigga still be outside. Put your middle finger down.
Yeah, you have no prize because word on the curb is that word on the curb is one has another son outside of that marriage, that situation that he takes to school and picks up sometimes. Allegedly.
Wow.
He for the streets.
He is the street.
I didn't hear that one. I heard that he had another girlfriend, and that's really boo thing. Like, and Robyn is for the filming, and then it be other women.
All of the women do not look like Robyn. All of the women are beautifully brown skinned with athletic builds.
Did you order?
Allegedly.
Come on, I like an array of black women.
And he is definitely with just like Miss Canada Dry said. It's for the show.
Listen, what Candace say? I pray Robyn find love and then hold her tight. I hope she get her some good little ping, okay? I hope. I just pray to God that she not at home on the Find My iPhone tracker looking for wine. Like, I hope that that's not what it gives. I hope that she has her own little situation.
I feel like at this
point,
when Juan walks out, he just says, "I'll be back." And as long as he comes back, I think that's all that matters.
And that's it.
I hope the only reason she checking his location is to make sure that the one that's at the house when he not there leaves before he gets home. I pray that is the only reason that she checking that
If
location.
he say that, he might not do that. He might just tell the boys, "I see y'all later," and get in the car and leave.
Quilted,
And
Lisa.
that's fine. That's fine.
You
ain't gotta talk to me.
You know, Juan probably ordered them some pizza before he head out.
I know.
Oh yeah, because that would be my. Oh, you're not gonna feed your kids? You know, I'm talking all the shit.
But let me say this too. Like, you gotta. Okay, I'm always ride for women. I'm an advocate for women. But like the season of COVID, when one was like, "You got to get out of bed. Like, this is not attractive." He took her. They went out to get juice. He told her, like, Robyn, are you not listening to your man? Even Giselle told you that. Giselle was like, girl, you got a 5-man at home. You need to perk it up. Even on the Reasonably Shady podcast, Giselle asked her, Robyn, do you give him any attention? For Robyn to sit there on the podcast and say, he just needs so much attention. I don't need any attention. Well, guess what, girl? That's why he in Canada.
Oh,
because the attention that you won't give, somebody else will. Like, and
no, I'm sorry. That's why he's literally in Canada. Go ahead.
In it. But you got to, and I think, but that's why Robyn has such a great story, right? Robyn could have been on this show talking about the fact that she took for granted their friendship and the fact that they've been together since they were 15 or so. You know what I'm saying? She could talk about the fact that, okay, we've been through the postpartum body and the postpartum depression and the cheating and all of that, and the woman, like, come on, she knocking on perimenopause herself, got to be all of those things. And how do you still keep it together? You feel what I'm saying? That's a conversation that a lot of women are having. And then to say, oh, I didn't keep it together, he went outside, here's how we made the decision to still try and reconcile. This is what love after that looks like.
How is it after 7 years you are divorced and you still reside under the same roof and y'all don't have no tag out when he come in? You mean to tell me you've been faithful to a man
that's not even yours for 7 years?
That is crazy to me. And Juan been out there doing whatever he want to do.
In them 7 years, respectfully, you would have call me Larsa Pippen, baby.
Baby, I'd have been. You talking about bounce house?
Doing it.
Does she go to the bounce house? But look, that
house.
Means that when he made that baby, allegedly, he said we ain't even married. We wasn't together.
Wasn't together. We was just living under the same roof. So one over here telling somebody we only live together just for the kids and the money. You know, we
not
lost
the Dwayne Wade ludicrous of it all.
You know, they infamous for those break babies.
Infamous. And but I mean, it was 7 years. One could have had a whole nother basketball team.
I'm trying to tell you, God bless you and that break baby. The locks will be changed. Amen. I won't make it hard for you to come see your kids. I still want you to be a good daddy, but let me tell you where you won't be sleeping, big dog.
You won't be up in here. Like, you would not be up here. You know what? I'm telling you, Robyn, you can go and stay back with your mom and your dad. Ain't no shame in it. Look, we're not staying under this roof together, and you're not about to be doing what you want to do.
You can stay in the townhouse next door for all I care, but you won't be in my house.
The address that was on the hotel receipt is the same address that was at the house that they had to give up. So Juan been messing with Canada Dry for a minute. That's crazy. And I saw the whole thing. I saw the house, the address on the thing. It's crazy. Juan been out here doing his thing, but Juan did an interview in 2003 or 4, something like that, right before the year before they got married. And they asked him, did he want to marry Robyn? He said he loved Robyn. He said, but I want to live my life and I want to be free and I want to do certain things. Like, I don't think I'm ready to do that yet. But I'm going to tell you what I would have been done with Juan.
Oh, hold on a minute. So you telling me that this lady was okay? So she don't have no man, but he got women because they were divorced. but living in the same house. So
Mhm.
he was out in the streets while she's sitting at home playing wife.
Trying to get, hoping he just one day come back to her. Because the reason that their reasoning behind all of this is they wanted to keep the children with a 2-parent household, because one, didn't have his parents, and they played on that. So she was like, it would just be better. So the kids were young, they were very
Well,
young
he
when they had
plays
the
on
kids.
he plays on that just for his benefit.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, the kids were young. So I think Robyn kind of felt at some point he would come back.
How he gonna come back? He
Kids
never left.
need healthy parents.
He
Kids
never left.
need to see
No, you know what I'm talking
healthy
about.
communication. Having 2 parents in the household living together, being stupid, ain't healthy. Like, and God bless Robyn's daughter-in-laws if she ever have them. Because imagine if her kids ever go outside and do anything and they come,
Baby,
Miss
look,
Dixon,
We already said that the other
Carter,
day. Really,
baby, we
Carter
already
and
said that.
Corey.
We already said
Robyn
that.
ain't gonna try and hear it. She
If
gonna be
my
like, it's
baby
okay,
come
go home.
and if Dallas come home and said, "Mommy, I done met Corey Dixon." No, you haven't.
Baby, you can call her Sleeping Beauty. Won't she be locked up in the dungeon, child?
Girl,
Get out
baby.
if you choose to.
Look, I be like, Leah, no, ma'am, you could just go and call him. Tell him he cannot call you no more. Because I know what kind of mama he got, and I know what kind of daddy he got, and I don't have time for that.
But imagine
So
the
what are
poor
we
little girl
looking-
running into her mother-in-law. Robyn gonna be like, "Oh, it ain't no big deal, girl. Go home, make a casserole."
You do not want nobody like that, girl. That's crazy.
So now that we touched on everybody, what are we looking forward to seeing for part 3?
I can't wait for Jacqueline and whatever this
Yeah.
line Pandora's box Mia has. That's my part.
I'm
Yeah,
ready
so
for Chris
excited
to
for it
let
to go
Giselle
on.
have it.
That.
Say what? Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm ready for Chris to let Giselle have it. I'm ready for him to say his piece. And I'm interested to hear what the other men's perspective is behind it.
Yeah.
I'm ready to hear what Ray really has to say about Blue Eyes, because he took that a little harsh.
You know he got the statement Karen prepared. I'm not interested in seeing what Chris has to say to Giselle, only because the internet and Giselle are going to misconstrue it like that. It's going to be nothing that, even if it's filled in emotion, it will immediately turn into, she's a woman, you can't talk to her like that. He is in a damned if he does, damned if he doesn't situation with her. And so, like, I'm looking forward to season 8. I'm looking forward for the 90-minute special to be over, because what else is it? The horse has been beat.
Yeah, but
Who do you think should stay? Who do you think should go? Season 8.
Oh man,
I want them all to stay. I just want them to bring the stories. I don't think that they don't have nothing to share. They do have things that we would like to see, but we want to see them, and we don't want to hear about them on Robyn's podcast, because I'm not listening to them because
not listening to that.
So that's
I would like to see. I don't want to see Charisse anymore.
Oh yeah, her.
I want to see Jacqueline come back, and I think they should throw a Scala in the mix and everybody else. Robyn, she could be a friend of.
Yep. Because she got some work. She got some stuff she need to be working on.
Yeah.
More.
I
Or
want
she
to
may
see
need to sit
Robyn
down and
without
really
Giselle.
think about, is she gonna really come through? Because I think I started to like Robyn when she was kind of a little bit away from Giselle. She kind of blossomed a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm here for it. But as soon as her and Giselle got in cahoots, it was like,
send Mia home,
crazy.
Send Giselle home, make Robyn a friend of, with the possibility for her to be full-time again in season 9. But I want to see what she gives without Giselle being there.
Right.
I say keep Candace. I say keep Karen. And the 2 new people that get casted around Karen and Candace. Like, give me one more closer to Karen's age out of that circle, and give me one more closer to Candace's age, even if it isn't a Scala-esque person out of that circle. And then let's see. And Katie wants to come back. So as long as she can stay
I
sober, I like
think
to
they're
see
just
Katie.
concerned about Katie because of her addiction issues. I think they don't want the things that could happen to send her over the edge.
Right.
But I always like Katie.
Because when she called them Dumb and Dumber, that did it for me. I love that.
I loved every minute of it. I feel about Katie the
loved it.
same way I feel about Kim Richards. If you can do it and maintain your sobriety, I would love to have you back.
Kim
If that is not healthy for you,
don't come back.
Respectfully stay home because your sobriety is more important.
I think I would definitely want Candace to stay. I want Wendy to have more of a presence. I want to see more from her, right?
They iced her out though.
Huh?
Yeah, she was dealing with being assaulted half the season. Like that happened right at the beginning. Like she's trying to.
I want to see more. I want to see more from Wendy. Keep Candace. I'm like you. Bring Candace a friend. Bring Karen a friend around her age because the conversations with Karen and Giselle is not good. Giselle can be a friend to the show, and Robyn can be a friend to the show, and then they just bring on two new something. Let's try something else out.
I agree.
I feel like Giselle needs to go back to the drawing board. I feel like Rob needs to go back to the drawing board and see what you can really bring to this show. Like, are you serious about being here? Because what you can't do is make up things about other people because you have nothing going on.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. Grace should be getting ready to go to college. So there are people wanting to, do we want to see that? Do we want to see Grace go to college?
Not really.
We know how people do it. Do we want to see her do it?
Mm-mm.
Not really.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I need Karen to have some substance. Because the Karen is draining me right now sitting on this couch with this piece
No,
of
she
hair.
getting on your nerves. You would like say something.
No, the hair on that bun, yes.
I can't take it. I can't take her not saying anything. So
it's the mesh up on the neck. Why her stylist didn't cut that?
I'm
it's
looking
the
at
neck
yeah,
sitting over the mesh.
And it's like she got a
me.
fold. She got a fold right here. And she's
an older woman. You age in the neck. You can't do nothing about that. But your stylist could have done something about the way your clothes set up on it.
Yeah.
You accentuate the body parts that you have.
I think her
decentuate the ones you don't.
I think her dress would have been better if this other arm was gone too.
That part too.
Yeah.
Mama just outside living her empty nest life though. Like she off the dirty bird, child. She done lost some weight. Okay. She dipping it and doing it out in these streets.
Tipping and doing it
well.
Like Wendy Williams.
Tipping and doing it well.
Ladies, I think this was fantastic.
It was.
We covered everything, right? We covered everything.
Yeah.
I don't think we left nothing on the table.
Okay. So I really do appreciate you all joining me tonight. This has been amazing. And like I said, I wanted all three of you all for a certain reason. I love everything that you all do. So, Housewives of Chit Chat, let us know where we can find you and follow you and love on you.
I am Housewives and Chit Chat on Instagram and on TikTok. That's normally where I play. And then past that, you can just find me on elmarasaki.com. I update everything there, my podcast shows and all of that I am a part of. So
Nosy Bystanders TV.
I'm on break. I don't have anything for them to come watch until April.
Oh, okay.
But please come to Nosy Bystanders TV on Roku and watch A Minute with Millie Chan and Shop the Hood and Silk the God and Axe the Silk. And there are a bunch of amazing content creators there. I'm just on hiatus as I get my house together.
Okay. The Fly Auntie Cooks. Where can we love on you?
On TikTok, that is my playground where I get down with the get down, the Fly Aunt Cooks, and then IG, the Fly Aunt Cooks as well.
And Girl, What's the Tea? Where can we love on you?
All over. I'm TikToking it. I'm Instagramming it. Girl, What's the Tea? YouTube at Girl, What's the Tea? IG at Girl, What's the Tea? And Ready to Love with Miss Monica on IG as well. I'm over there on doing my thing. So yeah, catch me all awesome.
And it's your girl Millie Chan. You can find me here. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram TikTok Millie Channel A, Instagram Millie Chan. And thank you all for being here tonight. This has been wonderful. And we must do this again at some point when something has really shocked our system. So I'll be looking forward to all of you all's reviews, and I will talk to you all later.
Good night.
Good night.